Welcome back. In today's video, we're exploring the fascinating world of Australian 50-cent coins and uncovering the top 4 most valuable and expensive issues ever to hit the market. These coins may carry a face value of just 50 cents, but their rarity, condition, and history have made them worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars today. Let's get started. First up, the Australian 50-cent coin dated 1975 is one of those fascinating coins that quietly sit in change jars and collections until someone decides to look closer. On the surface, it appears to be just another member of the copper, nickel, 12-sided family of Australian 50s. Yet behind that date lies a story of design, symbolism, minting history, and collector interest that can make even a humble circulated example a subject of conversation and intrigue. The obverse of the 1975 coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. This effigy, introduced in 1966 for the new decimal series, gave Australians a softer and more modern depiction of the young queen. She wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and around the rim the inscription reads, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1975. In well-worn circulated pieces, much of the Queen's hair and tiara can look smoothed down, but the profile still carries its iconic dignity. On the reverse, Australians are treated to a stunning heraldic masterpiece designed by Stuart Devlin, who is celebrated as the father of Australian coin design. The reverse depicts the Commonwealth coat of arms, crowned by the Federation Star, flanked by the proud kangaroo and emu. Each state is represented within the shield, reminding us of the unity of the Australian nation. Devlin's design is not only artistic but highly detailed, which means collectors can easily spot where shows first in circulated coins. Let's take a closer look at the technical side. The 1975 50-cent coin is struck in copper, nickel alloy, containing 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 15.55 grams, has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and features the distinctive 12-sided shape with a plain edge. This planchet and format were adopted after the brief 1966 round silver issue and have been the standard ever since. Even when dulled from circulation or toning into reddish hues, the coin feels weighty and durable in the hand. When people describe the coin as having a red condition, what they often mean is that the copper content within the alloy has reacted over decades to give it a reddish or rusty patina. This is not unusual for older circulated copper, nickel coins, especially if they have been stored in less than ideal conditions. While it is not considered a premium finish, it does give the coin a unique appearance, and some collectors enjoy the variety of tones these old 50s can take on. Mintage for the 1975 issue was more than 19 million coins, which places it squarely in the common category. That means most circulated examples today are not rare in themselves, but the number of coins surviving in pristine, uncirculated condition is far smaller. Most 1,975 coins saw years of heavy circulation, which makes truly sharp, lustrous examples scarcer than the headline mintage figure might suggest. Market value reflects this reality. In circulated condition, a 1975 coin generally trades between face value and $1 Australian dollar. Higher-grade circulated examples, or nice, extremely fine pieces, may bring $2 Australian dollars to $4, while genuinely uncirculated examples range from $8 Australian dollars to $15 depending on eye appeal. Proofs, issued in presentation sets by the Royal Australian Mint, are more desirable and can reach $30 Australian dollars to $50 when intact with original packaging. For collectors outside Australia, values in US dollars typically hover around 0.50 US dollars to $1.25 for circulated coins, $2 US dollars to $4 for better examples, and $6 US dollars to $12 for mint state coins. Proofs again push higher, especially when offered to international audiences unfamiliar with Australian issues but charmed by their unique dodecagon shape. Now, how could such a coin ever lead to millionaire dreams? The answer lies in the extraordinary rather than the ordinary. Mint errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, or broad strikes, can elevate a standard 1975 coin into a numismatic gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The more dramatic and visible the error, the higher the collector excitement, and the stronger the bidding when such pieces surface at auction. Another path to unexpected value is the world of high-grade certification. If a 1975 50-cent coin is found in flawless condition and submitted to a third-party grading service, it could be awarded a grade in the MS66, MS67 range, or higher. At that point, it transforms from a common coin to a condition rarity, and serious collectors will pay impressive sums to secure it. That is why every old coin deserves a second look before being dismissed as ordinary pocket change. Demand for the 1975 issue comes largely from collectors of complete decimal date runs. To finish a full set of Australian 50-cent coins, every year must be included, and 1975 is an important step in that journey. While the coin is not a key date, it has gained appeal among nostalgic Australians who remember these heavy, silvery coins from their childhood, particularly when they show unusual coloration such as the reddish tone your example has developed. Collectors also view the 1975 coin as part of the story of Australia in the 1970s, a decade of change, growth, and modernization. Coins are time capsules, and holding a 1975 50-cent piece is like holding a slice of Australian history from nearly half a century ago. It's not just a coin, but a reminder of the economy, art, and craftsmanship of the period. Selling a 1975 50 is straightforward. Ordinary circulated pieces may best be sold in bulk or used as fillers for date collections. Higher grade or proof examples can do well in online marketplaces, while rare errors or superb mint state coins should be sent to auction for maximum exposure. Clear, high-quality photos and accurate descriptions are essential to attract serious buyers. The 1975 Australian 50-cent coin may not be a millionaire maker in its everyday circulated form, but it is a fascinating collectible full of character and history. With its weighty feel, iconic coat of arms, and the potential for rare errors or high-grade surprises, it remains a coin worth holding and studying. For collectors, it is another essential chapter in Australia's decimal journey, and proof that even the most common coins can hold stories and surprises far greater than their face value. Next up, the 2007 Australian 50-cent coin may at first glance seem like an everyday coin, the kind you might find at the bottom of a drawer or passed across the counter in daily change. But as any collector knows, even coins from modern decades can hold surprises, and the 2007 issue is no exception. The obverse of the coin features the fourth official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This design was introduced in 1999 and portrays the Queen in a more realistic style compared to previous effigies. Unlike earlier youthful depictions, Rank Broadley's portrait shows maturity and detail, with the Queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II Australia 2007, surrounding her likeness in crisp Latin script. On the reverse is Stuart Devlin's masterful rendition of the Australian Commonwealth coat of arms. This design, in place since 1966, proudly displays the Federation star above the shield, supported by the kangaroo and the emu, two creatures chosen because they cannot easily move backward, symbolizing progress. Inside the shield are 6 distinct sections, each representing one of the Australian states. Even in circulated coins, this design retains a depth of artistry that connects collectors with the nation's heritage. In terms of specifications, the 2007 50-cent coin was struck on a copper nickel planchet containing 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, a thickness of 2.5 millimeters, and a weight of 15.55 grams. The edge is plain, and the iconic dodecagon shape makes it instantly recognizable. These specifications have been the standard since 1969, when the original round silver 1966 issue was discontinued due to soaring silver prices. The 2007 50 cent is not rare in the sense of mintage. More than 23 million coins were released into circulation that year, which means that finding one in ordinary condition is relatively easy. However, collectors are always on the hunt for coins that are not just common, but exceptional. And that's where condition, errors, and grading come into play. Your coin in very good condition shows signs of wear, as most circulating coins from this year do, but that does not eliminate its potential appeal. Coins from the 2000s are increasingly being plucked from circulation, meaning the supply of fresh examples and pocket change is dwindling. For collectors who want to build complete date runs of the 50-cent series, even circulated 2007 issues play a role in filling the gaps. In the marketplace, circulated 2007 50-cent coins generally trade between face value and $1 Australian dollar. Better examples in extremely fine to almost uncirculated grades might bring $2 Australian dollars to $4, while truly mint state coins with strong luster can command $8 Australian dollars to $15. Collectors who focus on pristine sets often pay higher for coins that are fully brilliant, free of contact marks, and strong in strike. There's also the world of errors and varieties, where a 2007 coin can suddenly jump in value. Striking errors, die cracks, or off-center strikes are always popular among collectors. If a coin was struck on the wrong planchet, the rarity becomes even more significant, with values climbing into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the nature of the error. For these, authentication and grading by a reputable service are essential. Internationally, the 2007 50-cent coin has gained interest because of its distinctive shape. Many non-Australian collectors are intrigued by the dodecagon format and the coat of arms design, making even ordinary coins desirable outside the country. In the US or Europe, circulated examples may sell for $1 to $2, while uncirculated or proof-like coins can easily bring $10 to $20. While it is unlikely that a standard 2007 coin in very good circulated condition will make you a millionaire, the story doesn't end there. Numismatics has always shown us that the unexpected happens. Coins once thought ordinary can skyrocket in value when new varieties are discovered or when collector demand surges. The trick is not to overlook coins like these, because sometimes the real treasure lies in persistence, detail, and careful study. Demand for the 2007 issue is steady because collectors of decimal coinage often chase complete sets spanning every year since 1966. As the years pass, coins from the early 2000s are becoming increasingly nostalgic for younger collectors who remember using them in their childhoods. That emotional connection fuels demand and ensures coins like the 2007 50-cent will always have a place in collections. The design itself adds to the appeal. Stuart Devlin's work remains legendary, and his coat of arms design is one of the most enduring in world coinage. Combined with Rank Broadley's portrait of the Queen, the 2007 coin sits at a crossroads of traditional and modern numismatic artistry. For collectors, this makes the coin more than just a piece of currency. It is a miniature canvas of history and identity. Selling a 2007 50-cent coin is straightforward. Circulated examples might be best sold in bulk or as fillers, while sharp uncirculated or error coins deserve a spotlight on online auctions. The most important factor is presentation. Sharp photographs of both obverse and reverse, and a clear description of condition, can dramatically increase interest and final sale price. The 2007 Australian 50-cent coin is not just pocket change. It is a piece of history, a part of a long-running series, and a reminder of Australia's cultural and national identity. While it may not turn every owner into a millionaire, it offers collectors the excitement of discovery, the satisfaction of completion, and the possibility of hidden value in the form of errors and high grades. For those who look closer, the 2007 50-cent coin proves that every coin has a story waiting to be told. Next up, when you hold a 1981 Australian 50-cent coin in your hand, you're not just holding an ordinary piece of change. You're holding a slice of history from a fascinating time in Australia's decimal coinage journey. While millions were minted, there are unique factors surrounding the 1981 issue that make it stand out among collectors. With its enduring coat of arms design, fascinating minting story, and hidden varieties, this coin has the potential to surprise even seasoned numismatists. The obverse of the 1981 coin features the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. This was the second portrait of the Queen used on Australian coinage, and it had already become a symbol of continuity by this time. The Queen wears the tiara gifted to her as a wedding present, and the simplicity of Machin's design reflects an elegant style that collectors deeply admire today. The Latin inscription reads, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1981. Ensuring the coin carries its unmistakable identity. On the reverse, the timeless artistry of Stuart Devlin takes center stage. His detailed rendering of the Commonwealth coat of arms had been the defining emblem of the 50-cent coin since 1966, and in 1981, it was no different. The kangaroo and the emu, both strong symbols of forward progress, stand proudly on either side of the shield that represents the 6 states of Australia. Above sits the Federation star, making the design one of the most enduring and instantly recognizable in Australian numismatic history. In terms of specification, The 1981 50-cent coin follows the established standard that began in 1969. Struck in copper-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, it weighs 15.55 grams and measures 31.65 millimeters in diameter, with its distinctive 12-sided dodecagon shape. This specification makes the coin both practical and iconic, standing out not only in circulation but also in world coin collections. The 1981 mintage year was an interesting one because it included not only coins struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, but also coins produced overseas. To meet demand, production was contracted to mints in London, Wales, and even Canada. These different mint sources gave rise to subtle variations that collectors continue to chase today. Identifying which mint produced a particular coin can be part of the fun for serious collectors. Your coin in very fine condition is better than most examples in circulation. It still shows detail in the Queen's portrait and the coat of arms, though some high points will have light wear. Very fine examples are attractive to collectors who want affordable yet presentable pieces without diving into high-end uncirculated prices. Now, let's talk about value. In everyday circulated condition, the 1981 50-cent coin is often worth around its face value, sometimes selling for $1 to $2. In very fine condition, it may attract collectors at the $3 to $5 level. When you move up into extremely fine, about uncirculated or full mint state condition, values climb higher, sometimes $15 to $30 depending on strike quality and luster. But the real treasure lies in errors and varieties. Because coins were struck at multiple mints, subtle differences in the Queen's portrait and lettering exist, and these are actively studied by collectors. Additionally, any 1981 error coin, such as a die crack, off-center strike, or wrong planchet strike, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity. This is where the dream of finding a millionaire coin truly enters the picture. Beyond its financial value, the 1981 issue is important historically. It represents Australia's growing coinage production capability while still relying on international partnerships. This period demonstrated the country's readiness to stand independently in numismatic production while keeping strong ties with the Commonwealth. Collectors love coins from transitional or notable minting years like this. Globally, Australian 50-cent coins attract strong interest because of their unusual dodecagon shape. For collectors in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Europe, the shape alone makes the 50-cent coin a fascinating addition to foreign coin collections. The 1981 issue is especially appealing because of its overseas mint connections, making it both an Australian and international collectible. The coin's enduring charm also comes from Stuart Devlin's timeless design. Known as the goldsmith of the Queen, Devlin left behind an extraordinary legacy. Collectors treasure his coat of arms design as a symbol of Australia's identity, and every 1981 coin carries this masterwork in its details. Demand for the 1981 coin is steady, especially among those assembling complete date sets. No Australian 50-cent collection is complete without the 1981 issue, and collectors frequently upgrade their coins to higher conditions over time. This ongoing demand means that values remain stable, with the potential for growth as high-grade coins become scarcer. For those who dream of becoming millionaires, it's worth remembering that numismatics is full of surprises. A rare error or a discovery of a unique variety in the 1981 series could easily propel an ordinary-looking coin into the spotlight, commanding massive attention and dollars at auction. Every coin is a potential hidden treasure. What matters is the eye of the collector who sees beyond face value. The 1981 Australian 50-cent coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a canvas of history, artistry, and possibility. In very fine condition, it represents both collectability and charm, offering steady value and the thrill of the hunt for varieties and errors. While it may not instantly make you a millionaire, its story, design, and demand make it one of the coins every serious collector should treasure in their collection. Next up, when you come across a 2013 Australian 50-cent coin, you might be tempted to toss it aside as just another everyday piece of change. But don't be fooled. Behind its silver-colored surface lies a fascinating story of modern Australian minting, a design that carries deep national pride, and collector potential that has already made these coins highly sought after. In excellent condition, this coin becomes more than a simple denomination. It transforms into a collectible with both beauty and hidden value. The obverse of the 2013 coin bears the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the talented sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, first introduced in 1999, was a bold update that portrayed the Queen with a realistic and slightly more mature look, departing from the idealized earlier designs. Collectors regard this portrait as one of the most striking representations of the Queen in modern coinage, and it gave the 2013 issue a contemporary edge. Flip the coin over, and the reverse once again showcases the Commonwealth coat of arms, designed by Stuart Devlin, who is remembered as the goldsmith of the Queen. The detail of the kangaroo and emu standing tall on either side of the shield is nothing short of iconic. Each section of the shield represents the 6 states of Australia, and above it all sits the Grand Federation star. By 2013, Devlin's design had become a proud symbol of national heritage, appearing on millions of coins but never losing its meaning. In terms of specifications, the 2013 50-cent coin follows the standard set decades earlier. It is a dodecagonal, 12-sided coin with a diameter of 31.65 millimeters and a weight of 15.55 grams. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, its composition gives it strength, durability, and that distinctive silvery shine. The unique shape ensures that even when mixed with other coins, it stands out unmistakably, making it one of the most recognizable coins in Australian currency. Now let's talk about condition. A coin in excellent condition, such as the 2013 50-cent you might find tucked away in your collection, shows crisp detail on both obverse and reverse. The Queen's portrait retains its fine lines, and the coat of arms glistens with sharp definition. In this state, the coin escapes the heavy wear of circulation, placing it at a higher premium for collectors who always chase pristine examples. The 2013 coin was not rare in terms of sheer mintage numbers, as millions were struck for circulation. However, within such a large release, the challenge for collectors is to find coins that have survived in truly excellent or uncirculated condition. These are the coins that stand out in auctions and collector markets, fetching values above their modest face worth. In everyday circulated condition, a 2013 50-cent coin might only be worth its face value, or perhaps $1 or $2 to a casual buyer. But in excellent condition, the coin's value rises, often selling in the range of $5 to $15 depending on collector demand. For uncirculated or graded pieces, the value can stretch even higher, particularly when paired with collector sets or mint rolls released in that year. What makes the 2013 issue more exciting is the potential for varieties and minting errors. As with many modern issues, striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or planchet flaws, can catapult a humble 50-cent coin into the realm of serious money. Error coins have been known to fetch hundreds, and in rare cases thousands, at auctions when collectors battle it out to own something truly unique. This is where the dream of a coin that could make you a millionaire begins to stir excitement. The broader collector demand for the 2013 issue also ties into its place in modern history. This was a time when Australia's economy was strong, and coin collecting was enjoying renewed interest thanks to commemorative releases and high-profile auctions. The 2013 50-cent became part of that wave, a staple in sets and circulation finds that collectors eagerly hunted down. Internationally, Australian 50-cent coins are admired for their unusual shape and bold designs. Collectors in Europe, the United States, and Asia are always fascinated by their distinctive dodecagonal form. A 2013 coin in excellent condition often finds its way into international collections, where demand pushes up its desirability and price even further. Let's not forget the artistry. Stuart Devlin's coat of arms design is more than just a national emblem. It is a work of numismatic art. Every line, curve, and detail was carefully crafted, and the fact that this design has endured for decades without replacement shows its timeless power. Owning a 2013 coin is like holding a continuation of Devlin's legacy in your hand. Collectors often seek complete date runs of 50-cent coins, and the 2013 issue is a necessary piece in that puzzle. Whether you are building a set from the 1969 redesign onward or assembling a modern collection, this coin is a non-negotiable part of the journey. Its consistent demand ensures that values remain strong, especially for those coins preserved in the best possible state. For the casual holder, it's easy to dismiss a 2013 50 cent as just spare change. But numismatics has taught us that fortune hides in plain sight. Coins once thought ordinary have surfaced as rare varieties or valuable minting errors, transforming pocket change into auction highlights. If you own a 2013 coin in excellent condition, you're already ahead. You're preserving a piece that may one day surprise you with its market potential. In conclusion, the 2013 Australian 50-cent coin is far more than a simple denomination. It is a modern treasure that combines royal portraiture, national heritage, and artistic mastery. In excellent condition, its collector value is already significant, with even greater potential in the future. Whether as part of a set, a sought-after error, or a pristine standalone piece, this coin reminds us that hidden within Australia's everyday change are treasures that could, quite literally, change your life.